we have true permission to use the garage for a couple of days. So me and Schwab are going to get busy. We're going to be putting on some metal fender flares. These bad boys I ordered off eBay. I will put the link in the description. I figured buying the flare and then putting it on the car would be a lot easier than making the flare like we did with the E30, because that was kind of a pain.
Fucking just giving her the old backaroo. That was easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, honestly.
Yeah.
I was expecting that to be a disaster.
Alright, now the garage smells nice.
We should probably go get the taquitos, actually.
Fuck them, let them burn.
No.
Let it burn like the popcorn.
I'm about to pull the overfender off as soon as I get the gas cap undone here. Then we'll be able to look at it with the fender.
Good old brush roof. Good for your paint.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, this paint's not going to be here very long. And it's already very sad. My car's brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's alright. The mud kind of blends in.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's not really there, you know?
Yeah.
Is there a way you could, like, pinch it and then weld a bar that would keep it kind of bent the way you want it? So you could line it up? Oh, that's a little too much hassle.
Okay, so this could work really, really well with a little bit of wiggling. Amazing. But the issue is, I don't have so many keys. So you like, you know, that's some size little ones. That's it. It would be great if it could line up perfectly. So, this. Unlike the gears are
Put it on there, and then I would tack it. Then I would
okay, so do you think that we should, okay, okay. So what if we, We did a little bit of work on the fenders, and we tacked on the first one. We decided to do this a little bit more like we did the E30, and we're going to do one side first, and then we're going to take measurements and then try to copy that to the other side as best as we can, because it worked out pretty well last time with the E30. Honestly, you can't tell. As you can see, there's a pretty big gap here, but with some relief cuts up in here, and with a body hammer and a little massaging, this will pull in nice and flat against the body of the car, and we can kind of just massage the whole thing in. I'm really psyched with how this is all going. It's going to look super good. It's going to look better than it ever has before, and I'm really pumped about it, actually. Bitch about where my sparks are going.
yeah.
I'm just going to take a hammer now and just start smacking the crap out of the fender flare, of training it in a way, slowly just manipulating the whole and then stretching it. This is going to be a completely new fender, and we're actually going to be able to roll this like it was, you know, a stock piece of the car, which will be really, really sick when we get some big old Johnnies. Now I'm going to tack a little more, and then we'll hammer a little more, and then tack a little more, and slowly work our way inward, and hopefully we'll be able to stretch out this steel enough to get it to lay flat all the way. It looks like we might be able to do it without doing any sort of relief cuts, which would be really cool, because then it'd be nice and smooth and clean. And And off camera, I did some grinding on the other side, got all the paint off, and so, yep, no more paint there. We're ready to tack on this guy. Schwab went home, so it's just me now. This will be interesting. We're gonna see how well we can match this up. Okay, I'm gonna go take some measurements real quick, and then we'll get to getting some tacks on here. I just got the tire really wet because I am welding above the tire. I'm taking as many safety precautions as I can, doing a dumb thing. I think I'm about as ready as I'm gonna get to weld on the fender flare. I'm just gonna get it tacked on, see how things look. I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to grind down these tacks, and I'm going to grind down the fender flare a bit, and then I'm going to tack it some more, and then grind it down, and then tack it some more, and do that again. Try to get it as flat as we can so we can use as little Bondo as possible, and then after that I'll cut out the door, and then we'll lift her up and we'll seal it off. And I think after that we'll call it a day. Alrighty, so I got the fenders all tacked on and then ground down all the tacks so they're about as flat as they can be on both sides. It's done all the way around the flare, and so now I've got this piece of paper that I'm using as a template, and I'm basically going to remake the door. So I'm going to make a line resembles how the door used to be, and then we're going to cut that out, and then we'll take this template to the other side and we'll do the same cut on the other side so that the doors are the same size, and so everything's like proportional and like looks proper. And this was one of the great things about buying the flares, is I knew that they were the same on both sides. See, this line is just true all the way across, so I could make templates like this a lot easier. So buying this piece separate from the car made putting it on a hell of a lot easier compared to how doing it on the E30 was. When we did the E30, we made the flare specifically for the car, and though I do think it ended up looking cleaner than this will be, I'm going to get to cutting this bad boy out. The camera died again, so I had to go charge it, and while it was charging, I came back in here and I basically just sealed the fender off so that I can drive to work. Yeah, looks like crap, but hey, I mean, there's a fender flare on there. Yeah, of course I picked white, because hell yeah, brother. I think we have black somewhere. That would look a lot better, but oh well. My car's getting painted silver, and all of this primer is going to end up coming off anyway, because this is literally here just because it's raining outside, and so I need to let this dry for like 2 hours before I go to work. Alright, so the biggest reason I'm doing this is to seal off the inside, because I know that there's going to be a lot of like debris and stuff going up in there. And I'm not cleaning this very well. Like, this primer is coming off. But for the purpose of today, we just need to cover up the welds. And my whole car is getting painted, so all this overspray is really not that big of an issue. Alrighty, I think that should do her. So we have the fender flares on, and now they look totally washed out. The fender flares are on. They are sealed, at least somewhat, and they look great. Super excited about how they are coming out. What did we get done today?
Fender flares.
Yeah!
Why do you do this to me?
So we got the fender flares on and painted. We have the doors cut out now too, so you can open and close them. And then I also welded this piece down at the bottom of the door. Eventually we'll make some pieces to kind of cover up this part of the wheel well. As of right now, I just kind of need the car to be drivable, so we're leaving it at this. Just touching the lens and stuff. Alright, so I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. See you later.
Bye.
Woo! Spicy!